Before we come to the page, before the first word is ever written down or read or listened to, there is a longing to connect. My name is Charlie Mehrhoff, your host here at Before the Page, a podcast featuring poetry, parable, fiction, and words to echo our longing. Welcome to episode 43 of Before the Page. Today you will hear the words of several haiku masters: Kobayashi Issa, Tennison Santoka, and Humphrey Noyes. When approaching haiku in English, these suggestions: do not count syllables. Do not focus on any rules at all. Simply allow the words to sink into the spirit. Kobayashi Issa lived in Japan from 1763 until 1827. He was the son of a farmer. His mother died when he was young, and he went on to the capital, Edo. It was there that he began the practice of haiku, a practice that he continued for the rest of his life. After a decade in Edo, Issa traveled Japan dressed in priestly clothes, walking for many years. He finally settled down on his father's farm, yet his life was spiritually turbulent. There were legal battles over his father's will, and Issa buried his first wife along with their 4 children, all due to illness. He was survived by a daughter from his third wife, a daughter he never met, as she was born after the poet's passing. The words you'll hear today come from the Robert Haas edition. The snow is melting, and the village is flooded with children. The man pulling radishes pointed my way with a radish. Deer licking first frost from each other's coats. A dry riverbed glimpsed by lightning. In this world, we walk on the roof of hell, gazing at flowers. Don't kill that fly. Look, it's wringing its hands, wringing its feet. Approaching my village, don't know about the people, but all the scarecrows are crooked. Blossoms at night, and the faces of people moved by music. If the times were good, I'd ask one more of you to join me. Flies. That gorgeous kite rising from the beggar's shack. Face of the spring moon. About 12 years old, I'd say. Napping at midday, I hear the song of rice planters and feel ashamed of myself. The crow walks along there as if it were tilling the field. In the thicket's shade, a woman by herself singing the rice planting song. Visiting the graves, the old dog leads the way. Summer night, even the stars are whispering to each other. Last time, I think I'll brush the flies from my father's face. On the death of my son, the pheasant cries as if it just noticed the mountain. Michelle Tennison writes, I have been writing and publishing haiku since 2000. I have one collection, Memoration, published by Red Moon Press in 2015. I am currently working on my second collection. I found haiku on my condo balcony here in New Jersey during a year of writing from that space every morning. It was a slow epiphany. I had previously been writing longer poems that were heavily self-focused. It was the pine tree. There were 3 trees in the courtyard at the time that turned my attention around and opened me up to the love and consciousness that had been waiting there all along. I have been writing haiku and growing in that connection ever since. Starlight through my body of metaphors. Wind through the Mobius strip, calling my name. Distilling loneliness to longing light through the maple. Her head to my chest, the horse speaks in rivers. River of stars, the horses run through it. A rose opens the spiral from every angle. Inside the sea mist, a voiceless yes. Between notes of robin song, seeds of time. Creation story, a sparrow inhaling, exhaling inside a song. Whale song, I become an empty boat. Crows through rain, an irrational number. eye of the whale, the center, is everywhere. River flowing through the trees, a language of light. Sins, sins of omission, moonlit. Act 4. When the winter crow recognizes me. In this world where everything eats everything, a red flower. Bare tracks, soft, hollow, damp, like breathing. The inner leaves also move. October wind. Just please, how to forgive spring rain. Four winds in the maple traveling around the sun. Tennison Santoka lived in Japan from 1882 until 1940. He is considered to be the last in the long line of itinerant monk haiku poets in Japan. Santoka seemed incapable of living a normal life, and he drank. In 1924, separated then several years from his wife and son, Santoka tried to take his life by stepping out in front of an oncoming train. The train screeched to a halt. Santoka was taken to a nearby Zen temple, where, without any questions or judgment, the head priest invited Santoka to stay. And these words from Walking into the Wind, a sweep of poems by Santoka, versions of Cid Corman, who wrote in the introduction, "In the spring of 1926, the wandering life began. A sequence of pilgrimages, often over ways traveled by his most revered predecessors, keeping a journal, traveling light, eating light, drinking when he could, even learning to savor water. And haiku began to tell and be his life." Again, Taneda Santoka, as presented on the page by Cid Corman. The iron bowl is the begging bowl. In the iron bowl also hailstones. A handful of rice, taking and being taken, the daily journey. Willow leaves falling a good place to begin begging. Picking and offering an unknown flower to Lord Buddha. What is there to want for walking into the wind? Mountains darkening, mountain voices being heard. No more houses to beg from now. In the mountains, clouds. Straight as the road is, lonely. Snow on the snow, fallen in silence, falls. That was my very own face there in the mirror, shivering cold. Hungry indeed, for the cat, nothing. The surviving flies would seem to have remembered me. Getting old. Face to face, saying nothing. The light of the moon to the belly's emptiness penetrating. If it's fair, it bleats. If it's cloudy, it bleats. A goat, the one goat. Of my birthplace, there are no more traces. Fireflies. Rain falling, my home country unshod, and walking on. From the hills, a breeze reaching a wind bell, thinking of wanting to live. The waves sound sometimes close and sometimes far away. How much more of life? Apologies. Before the page, will not be reading H.F. Noyes, Humphrey Noyes on this episode. The reader just opened up a folder containing letters from Noyes, who passed in 2010, and discovered such a wealth of words that the decision was made to postpone our reading of his words. Therefore, we will be featuring Humphrey Noyes on an upcoming episode, either our next or the one after that. We hope you enjoyed this reading of Issa, Santoka, and Michelle Tennison. Also, we will be coming out less frequently with our podcasts. Once a month instead of once a week will be how we will roll for a while. If you wish to reach out to Before the Page with any comments, criticisms, concerns, whatever, that is easy enough. Just go to beforethepage@gmail.com. It's spelled just how it sounds, beforethepage@gmail.com. Until the next, be well, be blessed. Adios.